Hey guys, it's Mac. We're up here at Baker's Narrows Lodge, and this is your Baker's Tackle Talk. So today we're going to go over two things that you absolutely need to bring up to the lodge if you're coming up to fish for lake trout. Number one is rods and reels, and number two is tackle. But first we're going to start off with rods and reels. Alright, so coming up for lake trout through the ice, it's really important to have a rod that's actually meant for it. You don't want to be coming up with walleye rods, you don't want to be coming up with rods that are way too heavy for the occasion. The main thing with lake trout is you're going to be catching a lot more small ones than big ones, so it's super important to have a rod that can handle both, and a rod that can handle all the sorts of baits you're going to be using, from 2-ounce tubes all the way down to super small 3/4 ounce jigs, even down to 1/2 ounce jigs. What I recommend for a lake trout rod for ice fishing lake trout is definitely a little bit longer rod. You want a little bit longer rod that has a little bit more blank to it, so you have a little bit more load on those fish. And you want a rod that's like a moderate fast. You don't want a super extra fast rod. You want a rod that's actually going to load up far back on the fish and keep them pinned. And on the same note, you're going to want a little bit longer handle, something you can stick under your arm that'll help you bury the hook into a big lake trout. So if you don't have the proper equipment, either get the proper equipment before you come up, or up here at Baker's we do sell rods that were specifically designed for lake trout while fishing them specifically on Lake Athapapuskow. So having the right tool for the job will definitely catch you more big fish. Now we've covered rods, onto reels. For reels, I recommend a 2500 size spinning reel with 20-pound braid. Fill that spool right up, and I recommend usually a 5 to 6 foot 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. Alright, now that we've covered rods and reels, onto tackle. Definitely bring up some tube jigs, varying in sizes from like 2-inch all the way up to 6-inch. Have some good hooks. Good strong hooks are definitely key to get some good hook sets into some big fish. Number two is definitely a rattle bait. Have a little bit of a variety of rattle baits, different colors, different speeds of fall, whatever, but I think rattle baits are really good for lake trout. They call fish in and you can work them super aggressive. So number three is bring up some treble hooks, either some size 2 or size 4. Both have their uses, but it's important to have some treble hooks for both replacing hooks off of baits that are poor quality, or for setting deadlines. Up here in Manitoba, we're allowed 2 lines, so it's important to utilize your second line. So while planning to come up for a trip up here to Baker's to fish for lake trout, having proper equipment and being prepared for every situation that will be thrown at you is super important, and it will definitely help you catch more big fish while being up here.